Hey everybody, Garfield here, Garfield's Gear Review, talking about gloves today, specifically some gloves from GloveStation. These guys, they got a good thing going over at GloveStation, and I managed to get four sets of gloves from them. Two of them I don't have at the moment because they are out being reviewed. Chili Pepper's got a set of their Impulse Guard gloves. That's a work and safety glove. It's a little bit heavy duty, really good glove. He loves the things. He is a mobile technician, moves around a lot of equipment when he has to do installs. He's used them on a couple installs. He's able to manipulate his equipment as he moves it in and out of pharmacies. Protected his hands while he's unpacking and moving things around. Said a couple times things tried to get underway on him, some of the old equipment, and protected his hands and got caught in between some things. No problems there. The Impulse Guard is a leather palmed glove, and on the back for knuckle and finger protection, there is a layer of gel across the back for your knuckle and down on the fingers. And he said it works out really well. Hasn't had a chance to get out back and use them yet in labor outside of his house, but he really enjoys them so far. Hasn't got all the use out of them that he wants. That's why he's still testing them. I don't have them here today, but they have so far been really, really good. I kind of wanted that set when they came in. They just didn't fit me quite right. They were a size large. I barely fit into the size large for the sizing chart. So just be aware of that when you order. Pay attention to that. My hand is kind of thick here, especially around the middle of the knuckle. It was just in as far as coming across the knuckles and such, but the thickness, things didn't work out quite right. And my fingers are very long. I have piano type fingers, longer, thinner fingers. So, um, but they fit him perfect, and he's putting them to use. So we'll at some point here in the future, I'll get a little bit better look at those and a better idea of how they work when they're outside doing heavy work out in his backyard or out in back of mine, because we have some things out here we're going to do. Uh, the other set that I haven't got to look at is an updated set. This pair I have with me right now is the Impulse. This is a high dexterity glove. Okay, um, rubber here on the palms. Okay, all the way up through to the fingertips. Neoprene on the back. Very breathable. Of rubber matting back here, kind of keep things together. Got the little tab here to pull on and off. Chili Peppers, his has this tab on there as well. One thing he commented on, and that I've noticed also in the set that I'm going to pull up here in a minute, this little thing, most of the time they pull off. They break very easily on gloves. Nobody's broken this so far. He's had his on and off multiple times. He hasn't tried to pull it off, but he does not hesitate from using it. I don't hesitate from using it on mine. Works great. Has not even begun to fray or give way. That's a really strong. What do you want to say? Piece of fabric there, and sewn in very well here the into the glove itself. So the Impulse, though, this is like I said, a high dexterity glove. People have been using this glove. Multiple people have used this glove for very general tasks. One person had it in a job where they're constantly manipulating small and especially sharp, sometimes objects, and manipulating a screen. These are very touchscreen friendly. All the gloves at GloveStation are touchscreen friendly. These especially so, but Jeff's are touchscreen friendly. In fact, that's how he sets up his machines. Mine are the ones I've been using, the Impulse 2.0. I'm going to talk about in a minute. Those are, of course, as well. Um, so these have not only protected the hands, but allowed for manipulation of a screen. Yes, touchscreen friendly, and have stood very well as far as being able to still pick up small, fine things, and able to have manual dexterity of picking up different objects and manipulating them. Have been no problem at all. The Impulse 2.0, they were a little bit smaller, same size as these, but a touch smaller, but The one of the ladies who was reviewing these, her daughter, okay, actually, I'm sorry, their granddaughter works with her son, and same type of idea. Small things have to be manipulated while helping your dad, and no problems whatsoever. And of course, as a teenager, the screen can't be far behind. So the ability to still manipulate the phone really cut down on the whining. But the gloves protected her hands. Again, that was a concern with them due to the fact that a lot of the objects the child was going to be manipulating were a little bit sharp, or could be sharp. Ends of it and things that weren't finished properly. The gloves, just like the Impulse, the basic Impulse gloves, the Impulse 2.0s, no problem at all. Protecting the hands, manipulating the screens, and still able to pick up and manipulate objects. Um, they've been good. The 2.0 has a slightly different way of pulling on and off. They have a tab down here, and they have a little bit different type of protection across the back of the knuckle. Okay, so they're a little bit thicker, a little bit different construction as these are. These people like these, so I'll tell you, it's hard getting these back. They're still very popular. The ones I've been using, these are the combat gloves, okay, and combat hard knuckles, and they've taken a beating. The knuckles, in fact, a couple things while I was out there manipulating things, what I like to call the Garfield's reused and reclaimed lumber pile. I was pulling out a bunch of stuff yesterday, in fact, and managed to move some stuff around that was a little heavier than I thought. Got my hand caught in between things, the knuckle guard protected, no problem. It is the season here in Northwest Florida where we're starting to get a little warm, so the day was getting warmer out there. I had these on most of the day when I was outside, probably 6 hours. Breathing, keeping my hand cold or cool, not cold, but keeping it fairly decent temperature, not hot. Very easy to do. Okay. I've used these gloves for everything. If you saw my videos on half breed axes and the large breaching axe and the half breed medium infantry knife, these were the gloves I was using then. I've used them since then. I used them before. I use them for everything. Okay, these are not made for what I'm using them for, but to get use out of them, see how they wear, see how they feel. I have put them through everything out there. General construction, moving lumber around, moving logs around in my backyard, anything and everything I've used these for. They've done great, and they continue to do good. Like I said, they still have this on there. I use it all the time. Okay, it's not a problem. This particular set of gloves has a strap to cinch in here on your wrist so it doesn't come off. Okay, and setting up my phone to prove the point. These are combat with the leather on here. Okay, boom, up. I can move the screen around. Okay, I don't need to do my authenticator. Thank you. Just back and forth. Not a problem. Bring up don't prove me wrong. There we go. Bring up the clock. Okay. And back down to the front now. And again, off and running. Different, different fingers. Okay. Touchscreen friendly? Yes, definitely. All the gloves are at least 2 fingers touchscreen friendly. Most of them are all 5, but not necessarily all of them. Check to make sure which ones are. These gloves, like I said, these are performing above and beyond the call of what would normally be expected as far as combat type gloves. Again, a hard knuckle here in the back. Um, the Impulse Guard being used for anything and everything. Chili Pepper will be using those when we go out to the range. He has always bought cheap gloves. Having a set of purpose built gloves for him has been eye opening. And he's also, like I said, commented that this little pull strap down here has not given way. That is also new to him. He's used to this being the first thing that goes on a set of gloves. And then after a few weeks of use, just the glove itself started to disintegrate. That hasn't happened with GloveStation gloves. These are well put together, well thought out, well engineered gloves. They really work. Jimmy Sanford, you were right on the sizing. When I was there at SHOT Show, you were kind of looking at it saying, well, I know what the measurement says. I'm looking at your hand. You were right. So, guys, when you're ordering, look at what it says for the sizing on there, measure carefully, and get the appropriate size. You will not be disappointed with these gloves. Any GloveStation gloves you get. Okay. Like I said, we've got these are the combat tactical hard knuckles. Uh, Chili Pepper has a set of the Impulse Guard. Those are the safety work glove, tactical safety or tactical work safety gloves. These are the Impulse gloves, and the other set we have are the Impulse 2.0s. Okay, those are currently in use out there. These have been in use, all of them so far, getting top marks. Glove Station really done pretty good work with these things. We really like them so far. So this has been Garfield, Garfield's Gear Review. Garfield out.